So Trainwrecks TV went live yesterday, and no, yeah, last night. I was waiting because I usually wait for these updates on Kick, and he said 31 minutes. I ended up falling asleep. All I had was the streamer awards, which are actually pretty good, but it's a little bit too corporate for me. It's fun. It's fun. It's just old fashioned kind of humor and stuff like that. It's the old fashioned world of like Hollywood style. Like let's make these like we all know that like it's really fun. I know it's fun. It's fun to have these things where people come together and have these like events, and it's really special, and it must be great for the people involved as well, of course, and the fans really love it. So not gonna shit on that, but like what I'm saying though, like there wasn't really much going on because all the streamers were just doing that kind of hoity-toity stuff or whatever, which compared to Hollywood and stuff like that it's still better than the stuff they do, except for certain people punching other people, or it's a slap, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we need more of that in Hollywood, of people actually taking their mask off. But you know what? As far as Will Smith goes, I'm getting off track, but like, he came forward and made an apology, and he said that's not what my father would be embarrassed, Anyway, getting totally sidetracked. Trainwrecks went live last night and was talking about basically Kick TOS and how people are taking it too far. I totally agree with that. I think people they get one little centimeter and then they go like a kilometer. I'm just like kind of rehashing what he said, but basically I felt like I was watching this and I wanted to respond to something. So let's have a listen.
I want there to be a freer platform, right? But we just need to draw a line so it doesn't get trashy, dark, and weird, right? So I've been pushing for that on Kick. Does that make any sense? Free but no ass and cock. Can't be done? What do you mean?
You know what I hate is when some chatter like says something and then they never back it up. And you notice that like a lot of, it's like they call them out and suddenly they freeze up. Like, dude, like don't say shit if you can't back it up. Like, I think it's kind of weird when you just like completely like are this contrarian every single time. These people in chat, they have no backbone. Like you'll even see like people like Hassan and like Asmongold, and then obviously like a lot of streamers do this. They'll pull up the chat log of the individual and say, okay, explain yourself, and then like they freeze up and then they just say, well, you're stupid. It's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna ban you then. Like, dude, if you're gonna say shit, like why are you saying that shit if you don't have something to say? And it's like you get your opportunity to actually be heard by the content creator, and suddenly you're frozen. And it's like, dude, like, don't speak if you can't back it up, dude.
Kick gonna be like Twitch in 3 years? No, definitely not. It's not gonna be some crazy strict place. Like, it's never, just believe me on that. It's never gonna be some wild shit where it's completely strict and you can't do this or say this or do that. Like, there's gonna be a baseline freedom. We just need to figure out where those rules are. I think the tough part is this. I think here's what happens to a lot of platforms, right? You set one rule, right? And then a specific group comes in that's offended further beyond that rule, right? And once you give in to these groups, you start adding rules on rules. Once you start adding rules on rules on rules, that's when things get real fucking weird, right?
Okay, so let's not mince words here. And I say this as a trans woman, okay? So keep that in mind. I know I don't have to fit the freaking stereotype of like, oh, well, you're a woman, then how come you're wearing like freaking drab ass fucking shit? Like, dude, women are allowed to fucking wear drab ass shit. Dudes walk around with their fucking shit stained underwear. Okay, wash your ass, dude. Like, don't just wipe Like, get a fucking bidet, or just, like, use the fucking shower head. Put your ass over the fucking bathtub, and like I do, and fucking wash your ass so it clean, and wash that cock as well, dude. Nobody wants to smell that shit. But, you know, like, anyway, I'm allowed to, you know, I'm not saying that I get a pass just because I'm trans that I get to talk about this, but let's not mince words here. We know exactly what he's talking about. We know that, like, there's these virtual signaling ass, corporate ass motherfuckers in Twitch. They have, like, this, like, perfectly politically correct idea, and you know that if these groups, and we're talking about LGBTQ people who get offended by even somebody accidentally, you know, accidentally, like, oh yeah, I accidentally used the wrong pronoun. Oh my god, this person is transphobic. We need to ban them from all platforms. We need to find their address. We need to go to their house and demand that they de-platformed. Like, dude, calm the fuck down. You know you're making us look like clowns? You're making us look like we're whiny little bitches who can't handle shit. And when you're in reality, most trans people go through so much shit, you know, in real life, and going through medical processes of, like, constant psychological battles, waiting for surgeries for years at a time. You think that we have that thin of a fucking skin? Where people literally go up to our faces and fucking harass us and shit. And I'm not, you know, I don't have so much experience of this because I'm, you know, I kind of have a lot of good people in my life, and also I kind of, I'm kind of a shut-in, so I kind of stay inside a lot. But, you know, I don't really get harassed in public, but, you know, like, don't get it twisted, okay? Like, trans people are tough as fucking nails. Like, nails that have been reinforced with fucking adamantium. Wolverine couldn't even fucking survive this shit. Okay? Like, you think that we're gonna fucking cry about some person playing Hogwarts Legacy or some shit? I don't know what to tell you. The people who are getting upset about this do not speak for me. They do not speak. I don't think they speak for the majority of trans people. I also think that a lot of these people are just some cisgender people who have nothing going on adverse in their lives, and they want to feel like they're some kind of ally, and instead they're going to fucking act like dumbass little bitches and try to, you know, raise these, like, brigades of, you know, hate raids against people literally just trying to, you know, play a video game on their stream to make a living, you know. But, you know exactly what's going on. Like, you know that there's people out there that are like, oh, you know, this person, you know, didn't include a trans person in their recent, you know, discussion about this. And it's like, okay, well, you know, like, I kind of understand that grievance. But then trying to find the smallest, tiniest little infraction that somebody says, maybe even unrelated to trans issues, and then use that as some kind of, oh, we're gonna mass report this, we're gonna blast this on Twitter, we're gonna try to ruin their image, and then Twitch is like, oh, you know, sorry, we're gonna have to make this, we're gonna ban you for 3 days now, because we got scared because Twitter is freaking out. Dude, fuck Twitter, fuck those motherfuckers. You do not speak for me. Get fucked.